Hey everyone, it's Josh here, and welcome to the channel How to Write Songs. So this is a channel dedicated to musicians who want to learn how to actually write a song and how to approach songwriting. So if you're a musician who has some skill on an instrument or something like that, but you want some ideas on actually how to approach songwriting, then that's what this channel is all about. So this is one of the first videos on this channel, so there's going to be regular content coming up on this channel about how to actually approach songwriting. So I thought I would do a video today on essentially how to get ideas for songs. Where do you actually even start? So I am going to do a separate video on how to actually start a song, but this is actually how to find ideas and where do the ideas come from and everything. And it's a really interesting thing when it comes to songwriting because, I have, been through so many different phases with it myself, where, you know, there'll be like a massive stretch of time where I'll just have so many ideas for songs. And they just like flow out of me just all the time. It would be the only thing I'd be thinking about, thinking about this next song I want to write, or what I want it to be about, or this melody that I have, or this guitar riff that I have, or something like that. And it'd just be constantly flowing out of me. And then sometimes I go through phases where literally nothing will come out of me. Nothing will kind of like flow out of me. I'll have no ideas or anything like that. So, in order to actually start getting those kind of creative juices kind of flowing again, there are some tips I'm going to be laying out in this video. Some things that I do when it comes to wanting to actually generate ideas and start getting that creativity flowing again. And really tap into that side of myself. So this is what we're going to be talking about today, and I'm just going to lay out some ideas of actually how to approach that. So honestly, like one of the best things that you can do when it comes to songwriting is to literally just look in your past and look at like personal experience. The honestly, like the best songs will generally come out of this personal experience, and it doesn't really matter what it is necessarily. I know the common, like a common kind of theme that comes out in a lot of songs is kind of like themes of relationships and love and heartbreak and things like that. And yeah, that is something that every human being on earth can often connect with. And that's why those songs are so powerful. But it doesn't just have to be that. It can literally be anything. Anything that someone else can connect with and someone else might have had an experience in as well can be turned into a song essentially. So I thoroughly recommend just looking back at like personal experiences, challenges that you've overcome or challenges that you're going through now. It doesn't just have to be about like kind of like heavy topics. It can be about like happy and fun and optimistic topics as well. It doesn't just have to be obviously the heavy stuff, but looking back at your past and looking back at things that you've been through is a really great start when it comes to generating some ideas and everything like that. So I would really recommend looking at your past experiences. And then another one you can do is you can kind of like find like prompts essentially. If you're really struggling for ideas or you're not sure what you really want to write about, then I recommend looking for prompts in different places essentially. So that could be from things that you've read. So it could be from like books or something like that. It could be from films that you've watched. It could be from other music. It could be just from other pieces of art. Just like artwork essentially. Like paintings and things like that. That things like that. They're designed to like express emotion and to also engage our emotions as well. And that's where, you know, ultimately it's really going to come from. The core of, you know, having a song idea and everything is going to come from, you know, how you're feeling and your emotions and tapping into your emotions essentially. And, you know, if you're not really like feeling it, or you're not really able to, you know, get something like actually flowing out of you, then you want to like go and find a way to actually tap into your emotions, and that can be through other pieces of art. And you know, that can literally be, you know, a book, a film, another piece of music, or whatever it might be. So yeah, that's what I really recommend doing, is just you know, go and like have a look at, you know, all these kinds of sources, essentially all these source materials. And you know, if you find like, you know, like lines, you know, in like books or movies or something like that, that really kind of like grab your attention, then literally just make a note of them essentially. And it could be, you know, something that you know, prompts like a lyrical idea, or you know, like a kind of like a topic or something like that. Or it could even be like a song title as well, which actually brings me on to my my next tip that I was gonna give, is, you know, one of the best ways to actually start kind of like getting ideas flowing essentially. And this is kind of like leading on to my other video about how to start songs, is to, you know, actually come up with song titles. And you know, this is one of the ways that I very often will start a song, is I'll just come up with song titles. And I have like, you know, so many like song titles like written in like my little digital notes thing on my iPhone, that I just like skim through. And you know, I would have written them down like so long ago, and I'd just skim through them and I'd just be like, oh okay, I like that song title, and that I can kind of like go somewhere with that. And you know, it's a really cool tip that I actually learnt from, I think it was Chris Martin from Coldplay. He was the one who says that he actually starts with song titles as well. And you know, I actually realised when he said that, you know, I kind of already had been doing that, but I didn't really think of it as kind of like a technique per se. But it is actually a really useful way to start. Just come up with like titles for songs, and that can lead you, you know, onto like lyrical ideas, or you know, it can just like express some kind of emotion or something like that. You know, it's one of the I'm sure, as you know, like when like one of your favorite artists is you know, bringing out a new album or something like that, one of the first things you look at is the track listing. And you know, however the songs are titled and everything, it's going to kind of like express a certain like emotion in you. It's going to you know, resonate with you in some way, and it's going to suggest what the song might be about. And you know, generally, like when the artist has put those two things together, very often the title of the song just matches perfectly with the piece of music and everything like that. You know, that's kind of like where you want to get to with yours as well. So you know, starting from that place, you don't have to have actually written the song before, you know, come up with the title. You can do it the other way around, and honestly, it can actually be like a brilliant prompt for you know, coming up with a song idea essentially. So I really recommend going down that route. But yeah, if you are, you know, just in general like struggling for ideas and you're not really sure what to write about in terms of your own experiences, then the best thing you can do is to just go and look at other pieces of art, you know, other things that people have written about and stuff like that. And you know, that's just going to get some ideas flowing, and then translate that into, you know, a song title, into just like, you know, some lyrics, even if it's just like one line, you know, just one lyric line or something like that. Or it might translate into, you know, a chord progression, or you know, something like that, you know, a riff, whatever it might be, a vocal melody, doesn't really matter. You just want to just start getting your creative juices flowing. And you know, that's really the best approach that I have found when it comes to doing that. So yeah, I hope that's been a helpful video, and if you have enjoyed that, then please do subscribe to the channel for more videos on this topic of actually how to approach songwriting. I've got so many topics I'm going to be covering on this channel, and if you do have any suggestions or recommendations, then please do just let me know in the comments as well. And I will see you on the next one. Cheers.